And so, after we took them up on their offer for dinner and stayed around to chat once we'd finished eating,
いつの間にかすっかり遅くなっちゃったな。
I suddenly realized I was just before 9. It wasn't particularly late for me, but it was probably for the church.
じゃあ私たちそろそろおいとましますから。もう帰るの？もっとゆっくりしてけばいいのに。
これ以上厚かましいのもなんなんで、神父さんもこのありさまだし。
Likely due to some prior misfortune or other, Father Trifa gulped down his wine and was now passed out in a heap.
情けない人。泣きながら寝ちゃってるね。
本当にいつまで経っても子供で困るわ。
The female brigade showed no mercy.
藤井君も綾瀬さんも今日はいろいろとごめんなさいね。今後は彼もここで暮らすようになるからまた迷惑をかけるかもしれないけれど。
いいえ、そんな迷惑なんかしてないですよ。私面白い人好きですから。あんまり甘くすると一緒にお風呂入ってくれとか言い出すよ。それはさすがにちょっと嫌かも。だってよかったね、藤井君。
I wasn't really sure what she meant by glad, but I decided to nonchalantly change the topic.
でもなんでまた神父さんはこっちに戻ってきたんですか？確かメキシコの辺境に飛ばされたとか言ってたけど。
それはつまりいろいろあって。
最近はこの辺りも物騒でしょ。正直女の二人住まいっていうのも怖かったから。
なるほど。
Himuro and Sister Lisa both witnessed the body of the first victim directly. No matter how stout-hearted, or rather disconnected, they may have been, it was only natural to be scared by something like that. This might sound sacrilegious, but just because they lived in a church didn't mean that God would protect them.
こんな人でもいれば何かの役に立つかなと思ったのよ。
でもガードにしちゃちょっと頼りない気がしますけどね。
じゃあ藤井君が泊まり込んで私たちを守ってくれるの？
あら、いいわねそれ。そうしてくれると私も嬉しかったりするんだけど。
Way to put me on the spot.
何よその顔。
お前こそなんだその顔。
Seriously, what was up with that really dirty look? Sister Lisa chuckled to herself as she watched Kasumi and I exchange a silent glare.
ごめんなさい。冗談だから本気にしないで。藤井君は綾瀬さんの専属ガードなんだっけ？
別にそんなことはないですけどね。
またまた照れない照れない。
I wasn't embarrassed though.
お前もな、そこで黙るなよ、うさんくさい。
うさんくさい？はいはい、もうそういうの見飽きたから、それ以上はよそでやって。藤井君も彼女単純なんだからからかわないの。単純ってもしかして私のことバカだと思ってないですか？きっと気のせい。
お前が短気なだけなんだよ。
Heaving a sigh, I looked at Father Trifa. Unlike everyone else, he was flat out on the floor.
このざまじゃ寝室まで運ぶの大変でしょ。俺がやるんで部屋を教えてください。
あら、本当に？ごめんなさい。助かるわ。
構いませんよ。悪いけどかすみ、先に出て待っててくれ。
わかった。じゃあ礼拝堂で待ってるから。
The girls then left the room. After seeing them off, I proceeded to carry the drunk Father Trifa on my back.
よっと。
Wow, he was a lot heavier than I thought. He may have been thin, but it seemed like his height corresponded to his weight. This would have really been hard on Himuro and Sister Lisa.
たく、聖職者が酔っ払うなよ。
I decided not to think about what happened if he threw up on me or something. As I voiced a few grumbles with him on my back, Sister Lisa opened the door for me.
こっちよ、藤井君。ついてきて。
But man, no matter how many times I visit this place, I never cease to be amazed by just how huge of a church it was.
本当にありがとう。助かっちゃった。
I took a breather after climbing a staircase at the end of a long hall up to the third floor, then tossed Father Trifa into his room. Talk about hard labor. They'd probably change him out of his clothes, but I was in no mood to stay and watch that. Instead, decided to make a hasty exit. Besides, Kasumi and Hiro must have grown tired of waiting for me by now.
藤井さん、私
あなたとは仲良くなれそうな気がしますよ。またぜひ遊びに来てくださいね。
What?
もう目が覚めたんですか、神父バレリア。
当然ですよ。私酔うのも冷めるのも早いってあなたも知ってるじゃないですか。
まだ説得力に欠けますね。どうぞお休みになってください。あまり聞き分けがないようですとベッドに縛り付けてしまいますよ。
Father Trifa's alcohol flushed face went white as a wax model in the blink of an eye.
さあ、いい子ですからおとなしく寝てください。なんでしたら子守歌でも歌いましょうか。
いや、それだけはご勘弁を。って藤井さん、見てないで助けてくださいよ。
ごめんなさいね藤井君、もうちょっとだけ待っててちょうだい。
ああ、神よ、なぜ我を見捨てたも。
Sister Lisa took Father Trifa back to his room as the latter let out a scream like he was being dragged to the depths of hell. I found it hard to keep up with them, so I just stood there slack-jawed for a while. Eventually, Sister Lisa came back out.
お待たせしちゃったわね藤井君。まったくあの人ったら本当に全然変わらないんだから困ったものだわ。
Despite what she had just said, Sister Lisa didn't look bothered at all. Rather, she felt like a mother dealing with a problem child.
神父さんとは長い付き合いなんですか？
ええ、私の一番古い友人の一人なの。あんな感じでちょっと困った人だけどいい。
Sister Lisa Brenner, produced a warm smile. To Himuro, she was like a friend, a sister, and a mother all in one. I was apparently not what you'd call a sociable guy, but this one was an exception. Seeing her smile alone, resembling that of the Virgin Mary, helped me cheer up. Thinking about how Father Trifa was paralyzed by that exact same smile, I couldn't help but feel pity for him.
まあどう見ても悪者には見えない感じの人ですね。先輩もああ言ってるけど、なんだかんだで神父さんのことが好きなんでしょ？
そうね、彼女はあれで照れ屋だからきっと恥ずかしがってるのよ。それにね。
Sister Lisa beckoned me with a smile. What was she up to?
彼女もうすぐ誕生日なの。バレリア、神父様を呼び戻したのはそういう理由からなのよ。
へえ。
Her birthday? I didn't know that. Huh.
いつなんです？
12月25日、クリスマスよ。覚えておいてね。
わかりました。
And unfortunately, in the real world, we have missed it. But wow, to think she was born on that day, huh? A girl born on Christmas living in a church. God must have really been looking after her. Then again, maybe he retracted that kindness after hearing her say she'd graciously punch Jesus.
よかったらその日は一緒に彼女を祝ってくれると嬉しいんだけど。
いいですよ。かすみにも言っときます。
本当？ありがとう藤井君。
She then tugged on my sleeve, making me realize she was almost as tall as me. Bringing her face close to mine, she...
Huh?
Wait, hold on, did she just...
感謝の気持ちよ。だからあまり深く考えないで。
は
I scratched my still wet cheek. Well, that did leave me a bit surprised, but...
あ。じゃあそういうことにします。
こりゃレアも綾瀬さんも大変ね。
She might have said that with a wry smile, but I was still quite happy about Sister Lisa's frank expression of thanks. And I wasn't as blind to what was going on around me as she might have thought. I was just not very expressive with my emotions.
それじゃあ俺帰りますから。
ええ、よければ下まで送りましょうか。
遠慮しときますよ。さっきので俺ちょっと舞い上がってますから。
まあ
It was quite an out-of-character line for me to drop, but I said stupid things because I happened to recall something stupid. Though that said, it doesn't look like Sister Lisa was all that disappointed, judging from her reaction.
硬いのか柔らかいのかよくわからない子ね、相変わらず。
Assuming she meant that as a compliment. After partying with Sister Lisa, I started walking down the empty hallway. I had thought about this earlier, but this church really was huge. It'd put a school or a hotel to shame. I wasn't sure if the architectural style was Gothic or Romanesque or whatever, but from a bird's eye view, the building apparently had the shape of a cross. A rather orthodox structure if I was being frank. It was simply way too much space for 3 people. Must have been hell to clean, not to mention lonely with all those empty rooms. I wondered how Sister Lisa and Himuro felt about that. It was better than when it was just the 2 of them, but I didn't think Father Trifa would be much help. In fact, a place this huge would normally have at least 10 or 20 nuns. Although in that case, they probably wouldn't have allowed a man in. Feeling a bit giddy, I shook my head. Maybe carrying around the completely wasted Father Trifa made me a little drunk as well. Kasumi and Himuro were probably waiting for me at the chapel. I didn't know what they'd say if I kept them waiting for too long, so I decided to get a move on. That said, I was a guy, and thus full of adventurous spirit in my own way. Surely 5 or 10 minutes of conducting my own exploration wouldn't hurt anyone. I figured they'd allow me to wander around so long as I didn't go peeking in any rooms. I didn't know about God, but Himuro and Sister Lisa probably wouldn't get mad. And so I decided to explore around a bit. Still, I wasn't expecting to stumble upon anything amazing. After walking around as much as I could, I went back down the stairs. I had already kind of figured, but this church really was shaped like a cross. Bringing in my mental map of the church as I walked, I realized that the altar located in the upper part of the Latin cross was right below me. In other words, this was the tip, and I'd reached the end of my little one-man excursion. I was about to turn around and head there when...
あれ藤井さんじゃないですか。
Why the hell did this guy just have to appear out of nowhere?
どうしました？あなたは礼拝堂に行かれたものだとばかり思ってましたが。
いや、
He addressed me in a neutral tone, yet I still found myself somewhat taken aback. True, I'd been wandering around for a while, but it should have been physically and chronologically impossible for him to cut me off.
忍者屋敷ですか、この教会は。
え？これはすみません。驚かせてしまいましたか。
どうやってこんなところに？
秘密の抜け道です。
What? This place really was a trick house, wasn't it?
教会とは大概そういう作りになっているんですよ。
I wasn't, but if Father Trifa said so, then perhaps it was true.
は
I breathed a sigh of exasperation.
あ、それはともかく復活早いね。シスターからどうやって逃げてきたわけ？
まあ彼女は生真面目な人ですからね。騙すのはそう難しくないんですよ。水が欲しいとか言ってその隙に。でもまだ逃げ回ってる最中ですから黙っていてくださいね。今見つかったら私半殺しにされちゃいますから。
俺はいいけど神父が嘘ついたらダメなんじゃ。
ですからご内密にお願いしますよ。シスターにも神様にも。で藤井さんはこんなところで一体何を？
なんていうか迷ったみたいで。
I lied on instinct, even though I didn't really need to. By the time I regretted my actions, it was already too late.
本当は礼拝堂に行きたかったんだけど、こんなところに出てきちゃって。悪いけど道を教えてくれないかな、神父さん。
構いませんよ。しかしあなたも私に劣らずなかなか方向音痴のようですね。
Father Trifa produced a beaming smile, seemingly happy to have met a kindred spirit of sorts. Not exactly the best thing to find camaraderie over, but there was no way I could tell him the truth at this point.
さあ神父さん。
はい。礼拝堂まで案内するんでしたよね。
いや、その前に一つ質問。
I glanced over at the door Father Trifa had emerged from.
この教会って他にも抜け道みたいなのがあったりするわけ？
は？そんなことに興味がおありなんですか？
多少。
If there were, I figured it'd be cool to have him show me.
確かに他にもいくつかありますが、そう楽しいものではないですよ。そもそも脱出口の類ですから、陰気ですしね。
And real quick, in case you're wondering what he's talking about, there was a Christian purge in Japan a few centuries ago, I think it was. They literally took the missionaries, crucified them on the beach, and set the crosses on fire. So those escape passages may actually be a very legitimate thing you will find in Japanese churches.
脱出って何から？
敵です。
The way he answered right away bothered me a bit. What enemies?
なんというかですね。教会というのは古来から籠城場所に使われることが多いので、その名残ですよ。半ば建築様式の一環になっていると言いますか。ともかく起源が起源ですから、あまり雰囲気のいいものじゃありません。 幽霊とか出そうですよ。平気ですか？幽霊。
苦手。
でしたらここらで探検はやめておきなさい。元気がいいのは結構ですが、古い建物には時に良くないものも混じります。
はい。
He must have seen through my lies somehow. I figured he wasn't a priest just for show.
さあ、それでは行きましょう。あまり女性を待たせるのも悪いですしね。
Despite having said that, there was something oddly disconcerting about the way Father Trifa carried himself. Almost like he was trying to flee from here.
どうもごちそうさまでした。それじゃあ気をつけて帰ってね。
After once again thanking her for the dinner, Kasumi and I decided to leave.
二人ともこの辺りの夜道は暗いから明るいところまで送らせてくれないかしら。
シスター、それはもしかして私に行けと？
ええ、そうですよ。どうやら元気が有り余っていらっしゃるようですし。
しかしですね、私などがいたところで何の役にも立たないと思うのですが。
縦代わりくらいなら十分果たせるんじゃないかしら。
He's too tall. Despite having said something quite ominous, Sister Lisa's lips curled into a wide smile. Father Trifa turned pale enough that I was expecting him to faint any second. But, well, you reap what you sow and all that jazz.
一応男手なら足りてるから気を使わなくてもいいですよ。そんなに遠いわけでもないし。それに神父さんが盾になるのは先輩とシスターのためなんでしょ。
そうです。その通り。それに私、実は長旅の疲労が溜まっていまして、お役に立てそうもありません。残念だな。悲しいな。やっぱり旅費をケチって安い飛行機に乗ったのがまずかったのかな。
じじくさいね。
実際皆さんよりは年ですからね。
The priest spoke in a pitiable tone while purposely wiping his eyes. Sister Lisa merely heaved an exasperated sigh.
腰痛とか二日酔いとか気をつけて。先輩は風呂とか着替えとか気をつけて。シスターは胃腸薬と頭痛薬を欠かさずに。俺たちは幽霊と殺人犯に気をつけて帰りますから。さようなら。
また明日。バイバイ。
これからもレアと仲良くしてやってね。
Sister Lisa's motherly, well, she was Himuro's mother figure, but still, remark prompted an awkward smile from me as I gave a light nod and turned to leave. However,
藤井さん、すみません。言い忘れていたことがありまして、少しだけよろしいでしょうか。
俺に？
I turned around to face the priest after he called out to me.
はい、申し訳ありませんが。綾瀬さん、彼をしばらくお借りしてもよろしいでしょうか。時間は取らせませんので。
私がいたらダメ。
そういうわけではないですが、いえ、そういうことになるんですかね。ご理解いただけると助かります。
なんかそこはかとない疎外感を覚えますよ。
男同士の話ってことだろ。
Kasumi still didn't look satisfied, so I placed a hand on her shoulder and jerked my chin.
ちょっと先で待っててくれ。すぐ終わるから。
いいけどエッチな話じゃないでしょうね。
そんなの知るかよ。
どうなんですか神父様。
綾瀬さん、私は一応神父ですよ。
女の子と一緒にお風呂入るのが好きな神父様。
ですね、何か誤解をなされているようですが。
もういいから。お前もいちいち絡んなよ。
As Kasumi was getting too loud for comfort, I waved my hand to shoo her off.
じゃあなるべく早く済ましてよ。私だって怖いんだからね。
分かってるよ。目の届く範囲にいればいいだろ。
Convinced at long last, Kasumi trotted off to about 10 meters away. Now then, what did the priest want to discuss?
手短に頼むよ。知ってると思うけど、あいつすごい短気だから。
ええ、分かっています。ありがとう。それで話というのは他でもない、あなたと綾瀬さんのことなんですが、お二人とも生まれはこの町で？
違うけど、それが何？
I found myself taken aback by his unexpected question. Why'd he go out of his way to ask me that?
俺もかすみも 今の学校に入学するときこっちに越してきた口だけど。
そうですか。いや失礼。どうやら今あまり良くないことが町で起きていると聞いたので、もしもこの町の生まれでないのならと。
Father Trifa weaved his words in an unclear voice, his expression turning sour. In other words,
田舎に帰った方がいいんじゃないかって。勘弁してよ。
ですが。
ごめん、ちょっと待って。
well, great. I scratched my head trying to choose my words carefully.
学校が休校してるわけじゃないんだし、そんなことできないよ。俺ただでさえ日数足りてないんだから。心配してくれるのはありがたいけど、これでも一応用心はしてるんだし。
一応とはどの程度で？失礼ながら認識が甘いように思われますが。
食い下がるね。
I felt a bit surprised. Why was he so worried?
先輩も休校にならない件で怒ってたけど、そんなに危ないと思うならそっちこそって話だろ。俺たちの心配なんかしてないで。
それは私は神に仕える身ですから。
十字架で追い払えるのは吸血鬼だけなんじゃなかったっけ？
I doubted that being a priest or a clergyman would ward off the killer's blade. In fact, it would only make him a more likely target.
心配するなとは言わないけど、他人のことばかり気にしてると自分がおろそかになるんじゃない？俺そっちの心配もしてるんだから。
In short, having someone else excessively worry about you only made you concerned about them. Putting yourself first was of the utmost importance. I got the feeling the world wouldn't be functioning so well if it were any other way. Everything would likely end up one-sided and incomplete. Upon hearing my admittedly rude remarks, Father Trifa made a troubled expression, his lips forming a gentle smile.
参りましたね。私の古い友人にもあなたと同じようなことを言った人がいましたよ。残念なことにそういう人ほど創生しやすい。生きる速度が私のようなものとは違うんでしょうね。おかげでよく置いてけぼりを食らいます。ですから。
ちょっとストップ。やめてくれよ、そういう。
That was some ill-omened stuff. You sound like an old geezer. Seriously, what made Father Trifa and Kasumi think that I was the kind of guy who'd die young? I mean, I did try to be a pacifist and everything.
だいたい俺は自分を第一に考えてるって言ってるのに。
そういう人ほどいざという時に事故を顧みないものなんですよ。危険な局面に置いて逃げること、または誰かに助けてもらうことを良しとしない。美観の問題ですが、あなたはそういう人のように見受けられます。違いますか？
Sure, I was guilty of that, but...
結局話っていうのはそういうこと？悪いけど説教ならミサの時にしてくれよ。なんだったら顔出すから。
いえ、そうではなく、私はただ。
ちょっとレーン、いつまで話してんのよ。
ああ。
And there it was.
ってわけで、なんか短気なやつが怒鳴ってるから、その話はまた今度。神父さんも俺の心配してる暇があったら、シスターにいじめられないように気をつけなよ。それじゃ。
The atmosphere was getting quite stiff, so Kasumi's short temper was honestly a blessing in disguise. Father Trifa was quite the oddball, but he certainly liked preaching. No wonder he was a priest. Either way, dealing with people like that had never been my forte. However...
藤井さん、最後に一つ。あなたは先ほど田舎に帰らないとおっしゃった。それについてご両親は心配されていないのですか？
Parents? What were those?
心配も何もあったことないよ。俺が赤ん坊の頃に死んだって聞いてる。
そうですか。これは申し訳ない。
いや。
Parents or not, I just couldn't find it in me to feel sad over the deaths of complete strangers whose faces I'd never even seen. I wasn't a cold-hearted, unfeeling bastard or anything. Rather, I figured it had more to do with human psychology.
では、会いたいと思いますか？もしそれを叶える方法があるとしたら。
質問が増えてるよ、神父さん。
I met his question with a bitter smile. How typical of a clergyman. Wanting to be reunited with the dead.
そんな気持ちの悪いこと思わないし願わない。 そういうのを望む奴は頭がおかしい。
Driven mad by love, thinking too lightly of death. I saw no beauty in that line of thinking. In fact, I found it extremely repulsive. People once lost could never be brought back, and that was exactly why we treasured them. So whatever came back had no value whatsoever. It was no different from equating human life to trash.
墓から這い出てくるのは何であれゾンビだよ。親でも友達でも恋人でも、そんな気持ち悪いものには変えられないし、変えちゃいけない。俺はそう思うけど。
なるほど。確かにあなたのおっしゃる通りかもしれませんね。重ねて失礼。それではまたミサに来ていただけるのでしたら、続きはその時に。
わかったよ。
Well, I considered him a nice enough guy and everything, but talking to him just made me feel all uneasy inside. Man, I really was terrible at dealing with these kinds of people.
さて。
Father Trifa breathed a light sigh and, wearing a troubled expression, watched the young man walk off into the distance. He had only intended to make some small talk, but it appeared he'd gotten caught up in the conversation. The lights in the chapel were already out, indicating that Lisa and Teresa had likely returned to their own rooms. They were treating him rather coldly, but not much could be done about that. For now, that was indeed more the convenient way that was the more convenient way for things to be.
しかしまあ正直肝を冷やしましたね。ただの釜かけだったのですが、まったくこれは。
The priest's troubled smile widened to a masochistic grin as he reflected back on that prior conversation. His shoulders wouldn't cease trembling. Indeed, the departed could never return to life, nor should the living wish for it to happen. The dead would return to the earth, the living would mourn and pray. Most would no doubt label that as common sense. But the world was an intricate web of masks, and the true intentions lurking behind them. Two forms of common sense, one rooted in morals and other birthed by sentimental arguments, would clash from time to time. In this case, which side would be the minority in the simplest sense? Let us assume that our friend had died. Certainly neither we nor the deceased must have wished for this outcome. Then, what had to be done? Even as we suffer from nightmares each and every day, even as the lamentations of the dead tormented us to the point of insanity, could one still cling to morals in spite of that? Yes. For instance, what about merely thinking it? A convenient delusion, a cliched miracle. One could consider it infantile, or ridicule it as stupid. Yet, even as they labeled it sacrilegious, blasphemous, or taboo beyond belief, didn't most people wish for their loved ones to come back?
あなたはどう思いますか、レオンハルト。
Accompanied by the howl of the wind, the girl approached the priest from behind. It appeared she witnessed the whole thing from beginning to end. She had no presence at all, but the two of them likely maintained an unspoken bond. Father Trifa showed no particular sign of being surprised at all.
どうとはつまり彼の意見に対してですか？
ええ。何かしら感じるところがありましたかね。
別に何も。思想は個人の自由です。
つまり気分は害していないとおっしゃる。怖いですね。冗談ですよ。ともかく私としては助かりました。あなたが抑えてくれたのはもとよりカインに聞かれなかっただけでも良好です。あれはいささか手に負えない。
であれば不用意な発言は控えていただきたいと思います。あなたは少し昔からいたずらが過ぎる。
確かにこれは宦官の至りですね。以後気をつけるといたしましょう。
Trifa sounded a lenient chuckle while readjusting his glasses. Sighing, the girl proceeded to give him a sidelong glance.
無礼を承知で言わせてもらえば軽挙妄動ではないでしょうか。中の彼女たちにしてもそういつまでも騙されてはくれないでしょう。ただでさえあなたの魂は巨大すぎます。本来ならもういくらか場が整うまでシャンバラに入るべきではなかったと思いますが。
それは前にも言ったでしょう。副資料閣下の砲術は 私ごときの侵入でひび割れるほど脆い代物ではありませんよ。まあ勇み足だったのは認めますがね。我々には過去があります。若いあなたにはわからないかもしれませんが、少しはそれを信じなさい。
カゴ、もしかして神のですか？
いいえ、私の神はもういません。では何のという指摘もあるでしょうが、とりあえず今そんなことはどうでもいい。ただやるべきことをやるべき時に。リザとテレジアにはまた嫌われてしまうでしょうが、これも務め。なればやむなしといったところでしょう。
はい。
結構でしたらば行きなさい。現場の判断はあなたに任せますが、ベイとマレウスがやりすぎるようなら止めるように。あの少年、どうもきな臭い。うまく言えませんが、何か良くないものがついている。まあこのシャンバラはおかしな人間が生まれやすいし集まりやすい。当たり外れはともかくとして、網にかかれば試すことにもなるでしょう。結果何が釣れるかは分かりませんが、
それ次第で臨機応変。了解しました、ゲート。
頼みましたよ。あなたには期待している。
Following a light nod, the girl turned to leave. However, in sharp contrast with her otherwise courteous demeanor, the way she carried herself appeared to suggest a clearly rebellious will. Merely exchanging words with the man seemed to make her sick.
やれやれ、どうも嫌われていますね。
But that too felt only natural. While the priest's heart bled at the notion of receiving the young maiden's distaste, he had no time to waste on bettering their relations. For indeed he had many a task to attend to, desires to fulfill, goals to achieve, a craving that burned bright in his chest, never to be extinguished. A sentiment so unlike him, both as a man of God, as well as one in his position, and yet...
残念ながら私は俗物なのですよ。ネモアンテモルテムベアトゥス。そんなザレ言かけらも信じられないのでね。
Indeed, he had many a task to attend to, for in order to realize those fairy tales of the young and fair, at least one demon was required to labor tirelessly in the background, away from prying eyes. Time was of the essence, for those devils in human skin would soon return. In order to prepare for the coming of that day, the priest would take all the measures he deemed necessary, and so tonight's opera would no doubt turn out to be one worthy of remembrance.
でもさ、あの神父様素敵だよね。お父さんみたいな感じがして。
Kasumi was filling my ears with that nonsense during our way back to the apartment, and wouldn't stop even after we had arrived.
ちょっと頼りないし変人っぽいけど、なんか愛を感じるじゃない？私結構羨ましいな。
Kasumi envying others, and even calling someone a father. You didn't hear that every day. She lost her own father. As for me, I didn't have parents, so we kinda had this unspoken agreement not to bring the topic up.
レンはどう思う？
I found myself at a loss for words.
いいんじゃないか。仲良さそうで。
だよね。
It felt a bit odd seeing Kasumi smile as she was talking about herself. Or maybe I was the jerk for being this perplexed by it. Despite having no blood relations whatsoever, Himuro, Sister Lisa, and Father Trifa seemed like a genuine family, which was a wonderful thing, all things considered. No wonder Kasumi admired them. I was the weird one here.
何？どうかした？
After reassuring her that I was just fine, I began to change my mind. This definitely didn't come up all that often, but if Kasumi wanted to discuss the topic, there was really no reason for me to object. After all, just like I told Father Trifa, I didn't feel a thing for my parents.
で、お前はホームシックにでもかかったのか？
ちょっとね。レンはどう？うちのお母さんに会いたい？
あの人、俺を女装させようとするから苦手だ。
そういやそうだったね。
Yeah. I had no parents, no relatives either. I was taken in by a friend of my dad, Kasumi's father, and so I'd been freeloading off the Ayase family ever since. In that sense, Kasumi and I were more like a brother and his older sister than childhood friends. She insisted it was the other way around, but after some serious consideration, I concluded I didn't need an older sister like that. Besides, my birthday came before hers. As for financial troubles, I'd been told that I had nothing to worry about thanks to my family's inheritance. With the exception of the minimum amount for living expenses, I could more or less use it how I saw fit. I was grateful to her family. Kasumi included, of course.
でね、私らが小さい時、一度お父さんがレンを正式な養子にしようとしたことがあるんだって。でもそれ、お母さんが大反対して、結局お流れになっちゃったらしいんだ。
いや、なんだよ。
Smiling, Kasumi drew her face closer to mine. Contrary to what I was expecting her to say, though.
そんなことしたら、かすみとレンが結婚できなくなっちゃうでしょ。
Boom. She dropped that bomb so hard I could almost literally hear it. Wait.
確か三親等以内の血族じゃない限り養子だろうがなんだろうが OK じゃなかったか？
そうなの？詳しいんだね、レン。調べたの？
What was with that ungodly, wicked smile?
どうしてレンはそんなに詳しかったりするのかな？
常識の範疇。
本当に？私とお母さんは知らなかったよ。ねえ、なんでかな？
そういう漫画とか結構あるだろ？
レン、あんまり漫画読まないじゃん。
Kasumi began to sidle up to me like a slug. It was more off-putting than scary, honestly.
私たち、実は言い名付けだったのよ。ねえ。ねえねえ。
I gave her a karate chop on instinct.
言ったよね、あた。いきなり何してくれんのよ。
不気味な動きで近寄ってこないでくれ、知女。
知女？
Sheviant? Sheviant, a woman who sexually harasses a man.
地上の愛と平和を守るため。
お前頭大丈夫か？
ああ、うさい。おでこ触るな。熱なんかない。っていうかあれでしょ。あんた照れてるからいつもそんなことばっか言うんでしょ。ガキ。
ロボトミー手術を受けてくれ、バカスミ。
ちょっと、それ子供の時に禁句してしたあだ名じゃない。このレンタン。
Now, I don't quite get that one, but Twitsumi should be a little obvious.
萌えキャラみたいに呼ぶな。
レンタンはどうしてそんなに素直じゃないかな？
君はどうしてそんなに白痴なんだ？
なに？
One stupid exchange after another. Pointless conversation after pointless conversation. A worthless daily existence. Cheap like garbage. A series of ever-unchanging mundane events. The kind you'd have a hard time even remembering the next day. Why did I never reflect upon that day, that instant, more deeply? I was careless. I didn't take it seriously. I thought that I understood. That nothing lasted forever. That something being finite meant that its end could come at any time. That irreplaceably precious garbage of a daily life Ren Fuji wished to protect to the point of parting ways with his best friend came to an end that night. Now then, let the curtains rise on tonight's Grand Guignol. At first, I couldn't understand what was going on.
Huh?
What happened to me? I was in my room just a few moments ago, so why was I suddenly all alone in a place like this? I glanced around my surroundings, the chaos in my mind never once subsiding. I was outside, no question about that. Was this some kind of a prank? I didn't get so drunk that my memories blanked out, did I? That could have been the case.
どういうことだ？
How did this happen? I didn't know. It wasn't that difficult to recall everything that happened up until this point. I left the church, went home, took a bath, and went to bed. I might have had a chat with Kasumi too, but it probably wasn't anything important knowing her. Nothing that would help me here at any rate. The last thing I remembered was going to bed. That was the important bit. It meant that this was all a dream, not reality. A dream. But even if I assumed that to be true, there was still something I couldn't quite explain. Why wasn't this that dream. Over the past few days, I've been having the exact same dream of that twilight shore, that nightmare, the guillotine. True, if I never had that dream ever again, I could count myself lucky, but the sudden change still left me feeling like something was off. The moon loomed high above, showering me with frozen blue light. I was alone, like a dancer in the spotlight. This was strange. This was strange. Something felt off. Though I was conscious, I couldn't perceive anything. It was a vague, floating feeling, like I was nothing more than an eyeball. That could be attributed to the nature of dreams, though. I couldn't control myself properly. Although I could detect a dull pain hammering away at my brain, I still felt out of it to the point of wanting to throw up. I would have been hard-pressed to call it a very comfortable feeling. In other words, this really was yet another dream. The details of it might have changed, but it remained just as unpleasant as before. I began to stagger as I felt a sense of intoxication wash over me. Actually, maybe it would be better to say I was already walking. I certainly wasn't doing it consciously, and the sensation of my feet pressing against the earth felt incredibly vague. All I had left was my vision and this faint, dull headache. And was this a heartbeat? It sounded like it was coming from far off, but I could definitely hear someone's heartbeat. It wasn't mine. For some reason, that was all I knew, as well as the fact that it was slowly, yet steadily getting closer. A sharp, burning pain flared up in my neck. The word pain didn't even begin to describe it. It felt like I was being strangled by a string of molten hot barbed wire, and as the pain grew more intense, so did the heartbeat draw closer and closer. A never-ceasing sound, the sensation of another heartbeat in the back of my head. What the hell was this? I was getting strangled. I couldn't breathe. The pain was only growing more and more intense. Succumbing to strangulation was all too easy. I could feel that thing biting into the flesh of my neck. It was trying to twist my neck. It was all too incomprehensible. What did I do to deserve this? Could it be that I was about to become the 8th victim? The abrupt pain, akin to having my very bones scraped off, made me let out a violent howl of agony. I wasn't bleeding, but I could tell that my neck and torso were held together by nothing but one last bone. Creak, creak. I heard my bones being whittled down, little by little. The other heartbeat in my skull, I could feel it being activated. I felt myself assailed by a feeling of discomfort unlike any I'd ever experienced before. Almost like I was a second skin being shed by another creature while I still lived. What? An ever so brief whisper echoed in my ears. I couldn't make out what it was saying, not a word. I'd already passed my threshold of pain and was being driven into a situation where all I wanted to do was writhe on the ground. I was in no condition to properly make out some ever-audible noise of a voice. As the creaking in my neck grew ever more intense, my vision was abruptly cut off with the grace of a sudden blackout. A sound echoed across the darkness I found myself freshly enveloped by. Hurry. 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 The sound drilling into my skull began to merge with the noise, gradually transforming into something I could make out as human speech. A familiar requiem I'd heard somewhere before. So this is the DS Irae prayer. I translated it in the other version, so if you want to see what it's actually saying, go there, but just know DS Irae is Day of Wrath, Day of Judgment, yada yada yada. I also tried reading it, but I'm going to spare you guys my attempt at Latin. If you're really that curious, go back to the previous version. One thing to just take away from this is know that that really is a prayer that's being recited there. this is the last part of it. My skull was split, my head severed. The string of unintelligible words that poured forth from within jolted through my mind, robbing it of sanity. To oppose the raging stream of my pain, I let go of the hand known as the axis of reason, desperately clinging to me. And thus, my head was severed. The world had turned inside out. There was no pain, no nausea. That feeling of intoxication began to fade as all my senses, sight and hearing included, were completely restored. As everything from the neck up had been replaced, it would only be natural for the previous head's discomfort to vanish as well. A myriad sensations, all strained, sharpened to the limit, and although there was a distinct sense of aloofness and ambiguity in its operation, the head had the body under control. Its movements remained stiff, a sway of the ego perhaps, yet Ren Fuji's influence was already but an insignificant speck of dust, hardly even worth viewing as a problem. It would soon grow accustomed to it. It knew him better than anyone, guaranteeing almost affinity. The two of us were as caduceus, 2 in 1, two sides of the same coin, yin and yang. Ah, how truly romantic. What would man call this if not the red string of fate itself? The head began to cackle, its body staggering onwards with the unsteady step of a sleepwalker. Where to? That hardly need to be said. To its prey. The hunter cared not who ended up slaughtered. It could have even been a cat or a dog for all it cared. So long as the prey had blood, life, and was worthy to be cut down, the hunter did not discriminate. All it needed was a victim large enough to be fit for a massacre to help satisfy these welling destructive urges. Had there been a zoo nearby, an elephant or a giraffe would have likely sufficed. However, that was not the case. As such, it needed to hunt for something else. Something that hardly needed to be explained. Indeed, humans.
すみません。
A voice came pouring out.
よければ公園の外までご一緒させてもらえませんか?
Startled, a woman in her mid-20s turned around. Her gaudy makeup and suit left quite the impression, pointing towards a career in perhaps the nighttime entertainment business. The head continued to speak.
友達とはぐれちゃって電話したら入り口で
It produced a smile, all to calm itself, to coax, to persuade its preferred target.
ダメですか?
In times like this, presenting a soft, kind, and gentle expression worked as the most effective cover. The woman made a troubled smile, but ultimately agreed to the head's request. Despite voicing a grumble or two, her voice rang with a hint of relief. She was probably frightened. What an idiot. Just as the head formulated that thought. Not even the assailant themselves could tell or remember which direction it came from. All they saw was the lightning fast swoop of the blade. Its afterimage burned into their eyes. The woman was decapitated, her head sent flying into the air. It didn't end there. Her torso was sliced into 5 pieces before the head even hit the ground. She displayed not a shred of resistance. The axe seemed a magic trick of sorts, but one could then never be undone. The woman's body split into pieces, her various parts scattering like falling Jenga blocks. The freshly severed head fell onto the still spinning hand with a thumb. The same, somewhat stiff smile eternally frozen on its lips. It then bounced into the air one more time, before being sliced in two right down the middle. The woman's face split open, scattering blood and brain as it burst like cheap fireworks. A fierce cackle reverberated in the area, piercing the very heavens. Its spine creaked, perhaps due to joy, dread, or a mix of both. The creeping sensation of a myriad crawling worms shook its jaw, never once stopping. The hunter's fits of laughter failed to cease, a multitude of thoughts diffusing throughout its head. A feeling akin to the taste of cheap drugs, a gut-wrenching wave of chaotic psychedelic tension, wonderful beyond description. It felt so good from the head. It felt so good everything. Okay. It felt so good everything from the head switched up on its own. I was misreading that one. Whoosh. 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 The world flashed like a strobe light at the neck. Breakingly fast switch. To get a clear idea of what that felt like, one had simply to take a roller coaster, a free fall, and whatever they called that spinning coffee cup ride thing, and put them all together. The thrill of murder, the joy of robbing one of life, the intoxication of absolute carnage seeping into the very core of the hunter's being. The lamps and garbage cans within 10 meters had split apart, much like the woman. Met with its own sheer over-enthusiasm, the hunter laughed. As such, it wanted. It yearned to play a while longer. Alas, you mustn't. It would appear they have caught wind of this. The world shut down with a click. Not unlike death, like that woman from a moment before whose very existence was denied and expunged. Like that dream of being beheaded by a guillotine, that exact same sensation. So this was yet another dream. Sleep. Do not awaken. You must not wake up. Now then, the beasts approach. Retreat or advance. Make your choice. And so, after God knows how much time, I finally came to my senses, only to find myself gazing up at the moon. The round, perfectly circular shape of the moon, like a hole bored into the sky. The cold night air sent a shiver down my spine, feeling almost like it came pouring out from that very hole. Where was I? And what was I doing here all by myself? I didn't really know, nor did I remember anything, for all that matter. All I recalled was falling on my ass and spacing out like some idiot. Right, I had a dream. I couldn't recall all the details, but I knew it was quite the unpleasant, ominous, and terrifying, or perhaps enjoyable dream. At least, that was what it felt like. Why had I been staring at the moon this whole time without budging my eyes or body? How odd of me to fixate on that. It wasn't like I really wanted to look at the moon, but it seemed to attract me precisely because I didn't want to see that. The moon was simply a convenient distraction. Almost as if I was unconsciously clinging to it, trying to escape my surroundings. Why was something like that here? I had wanted to think about this wet, sticky liquid on the ground. Why this wet, sticky liquid on the ground was there. I finally looked down. My gaze fell upon a sea of blood, as well as chunks of meat and excrement that seemed like they were chucked out of a bucket. Remains of a human body lay scattered as far as the eye could see, mutilated beyond recognition. Arms severed at the elbow, legs still staying up from the shins down. A torso cut into round slices with its intestines spilling out like spaghetti. And just as I'd feared, the body itself had nothing from the neck up. A woman's head, cleaved vertically, floated in the middle of that puddle of blood, facing the ground, eyes fixed on me in a glare. White bone, pink entrails, yellow fat, red muscles, gray brain, dull eyes, light brown hair, the putrid stench of blood and death lingering about those grisly remains, even emitting steam in the cold night air, violated my nasal cavities with merciless intensity. What was all this doing here? I felt like a complete fucking idiot for only thinking about this now. I can remember, though only partially, what this body used to look like, the kind of face it made, as well as how she was skilled. I vomited with enough enough force to make me feel like my innards are being turned inside out. The smell of vomit mixed in with the stench of blood. My stomach cramped under the wintry moonlight, no doubt a result of the blood that nearly looked like a veil of crimson mist. This wasn't a dream. This wasn't a dream. This wasn't a dream. This wasn't a dream. This cold, this head, this stench, these images, they were all...
俺が言ったことなのか。
違うのかよ。